Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I think we've got a banner. Today we're going to do a battle, a face-off, a shoot 'em up, whatever you want to call it, between Jordan 1 lows and dunk lows. I think it's going to be kind of interesting, but guys, before we get into that, I'd like to get the niceties out of the way. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, then please make sure to leave a like and a comment. It helps the growth of the channel and it gives me the motivation to continue putting out the content for you. So anyway guys, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So the last few days I've been wondering what content I can put out, you know, what could be interesting. And I come up with the idea of, as I say, a bit of a battle, face-off, shoot 'em up, whatever you want to call it, between two silhouettes that are very similar to the untrained eye, and they're the dunk lows and the Jordan 1 lows. So what I've done is I've picked 4 shoes, 2 pairs of dunks, 2 pairs of Jordan 1 lows from my own collection. And what I've tried to do is I've tried to pick shoes that are very similar. So, you know, instead of having, say, a ultra height pair of crepes against a standard GR pair, it's not really going to be a fair competition. So I've tried to balance them out. So, you know, the 2 pairs of Jordan lows and the 2 pairs of dunk lows, I've tried to intermingle, you know, with their opposites so that they work. So guys, what I've decided to do in order to kind of make the competition fair, I've put down 5 categories that we're going to mark them on. So the first category we've got is design, where we look a little bit at the, you know, the design of the shoe, what they've done to it, and how we like the design of it, how it stands out, stuff like that. The second category is going to be materials, which is what it says on the tin. We'll look at the construction of the shoe, the leather they've used, the suede, whatever it may be, and see what we think. Then we're going to have street cred or flex, whatever way you want to look at it, which is basically, do these shoes snap necks when you're wearing them? You know, we'll have a look at what the street cred is. Then we're going to have a category for resale, to see how strong the resale is on the shoes. And then the last one will be the presentation or the packaging. So the box it came in, how attractive that is. So they're the 5 categories, guys, that I think we should score on today. Now this is going to be really interesting for me as well, because other than just putting the idea forward, which is an idea I come up with a couple of days ago, I haven't done a pre-run on this video. So I don't know what shoes are going to win. I honestly don't. I know what shoes out of these 4 here that I personally like more, but I've not done any pre-run. You know, I've not gone through and thought, well, I'll mark this at 4, I'll mark this at 2, this at whatever. I haven't done that. So from the point of marking, they're the 5 categories that we're going to use, and then from a point system, we're going to use 1 to 5. So 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. So with all that said, guys, let's pick the first pair of shoes. Now the first pair that I've decided we should look at are the Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows. Now these originally dropped in 2019, and I was fortunate enough to pick these up from the sneakers app. It's rare to get a win on there, but I did. And it was this pair, so that was really, really good. Like I say, these come out in 2019, and they're a great shoe. I mean, if you're a sneakerhead, you'll know how great these are. But anyway, let's get the shoes out and have a look, and we can start the scoring. Okay guys, so here's the shoe. I'm sure you've all seen this many times before. You certainly would have done if you're into your sneakers. But as the categories go, the first category we're going to be looking at is the design of the sneaker. Now straight away, the most striking thing that we can see obviously is the reverse swoosh on this. It's what makes the shoe. Let's be completely honest about it. If it wasn't for that, it would quite possibly be just another Jordan 1 low. But that feature there really is a standout feature that Travis decided to put on that, and he's basically followed that through with the rest of the collaborations that he's done with Nike since. The other design touches that I particularly like on this shoe, they're kind of hidden. They're not, you know, they're not in your face. But one of them here is, you can see the Cactus Jack writing and symbol here, hidden behind the swoosh. It's probably more apparent actually on camera than it is actually if you're looking at it by the naked eye, but it's a nice touch. One of the other touches that is also very nice is the embroidered Jordan logo on the back. Instead of being printed, that is embroidered, which does make a big difference. Inside, on the insole, you can see that we've got Travis Scott there on the insole, which is again a nice little touch. And then on the tons, I'm not sure if it's this pair, yeah, on this pair, you can see maybe On the tongue, there's also cactus jack as well, which runs down the inside of the tongue. You can't see that when it's being worn. It actually runs down this bit here where the eyelets are, but again, it's another nice design touch. Now there are some subtle differences between this shoe, which is the right foot, and the left foot. The left foot of this shoe, for all intents and purposes, looks kind of the same. Again, you've got the reverse swoosh, you've got the cactus jack running down the back end of the Nike swoosh there. However, the first thing, or the most apparent thing on this which is different, is the back, because as you can see on the back here, on the heel tab there, you've got the cactus jack symbol, again, which is hand stitched. It's a really nice touch, and to be honest with you, when you look at the two pairs together, the two shoes together, it really stands out. If you was walking behind someone wearing these, I think you'd notice it. It's a really, really nice touch. The other design features that I like particularly with this shoe are, I like the laces options that they've given us. The factory laces that come with this shoe are like a oil based waxy type lace, which on their own they do suit the shoe very, very well. But I'll be honest with you, I mean, this is a dead stock pair. All of these pairs are dead stock. I dead stock a hell of a lot of shoes, so I haven't changed up the laces on this. But if I was to change the laces, I'd probably go with this pink pair. You've probably seen photos online of people that have changed these out and put the pink in. Exactly the same colour as well, came with the Jordan 1 high top version of these, but I think the pink goes really well. I think it really sets off well with the shoe. However, if the pink isn't your thing, there's a source colour for you. There's a red pair. Again, I've seen a couple of pairs with these red laces in and they do look well. I prefer the pink pair personally, but they look okay. And then if you want to keep it really stealthy, you've got just a standard black pair of laces there. Going back onto the insole on this pair, on this shoe, you've got the Jumpman logo on the inside. So as I say, you've got subtle differences throughout. But the differences really do make the shoe. So there you can see on the insoles, one with the Jumpman, one with the Travis Scott, and once again at the back we've got those differences there on the heel tabs. Great shoe, really good shoe. I think design wise it's very well thought out. It's not in your face, it's subtle touches, but them touches, as I say, make such a difference. So for me guys, I think for this particular pair, I think design wise I'm going to give it a 4. So let's mark that down as a 4. I think that's a good healthy figure as well for those. There's always bits that could be better maybe. Maybe put some suggestions in the comments guys. What would you have added to this shoe? What would you have added to this just to make it a little bit better, to maybe push it for that 4.5 or 5? I mean, it's a great shoe as we know, but if you've got any ideas, pop them in the comments box. It would be interesting to see. Okay, material wise, materials are really good on them. They really are. I mean, you've got premium suede basically all the way around the shoe. As I said, we've got the wax laces. I like, another thing, just going back to design actually as well, I like this midsole. Like they've got like almost like a sow slash yellowing colour to the bottom of them, which gives them a little bit more of a vintage look, which really sets the shoe off as well, which is a really nice feature. But yeah, from a material perspective, I mean, the materials used are very high grade. You know, the padding around the entry here for your foot, around the sock lining, is really, really good and really, really comfortable. The insoles are very comfortable, and like I say, when it comes to the actual materials used on the outside, this premium suede is very good. The swoosh here as well, you may be able to see, the leather on that is very high quality, it's very buttery, it's very, very soft. So I think from a material perspective as well, they've done a very, very good job. Could they have been better? I'm going to guess that maybe they could have done. But the stitching on this is really, really well. I mean, the construction of it, there's no snagging. It's a really well constructed shoe. There's no loose threads. I think I'm gonna have to go over 4.5 guys. So from a material perspective, the Travis Scott is gonna get a 4.5. Okay, street cred. Well, I think these snap legs, you put these on your feet and you walk anywhere, you're going to get respect. You know, sneakerheads particularly will give you respect, and maybe anyone who's not a sneakerhead but just like shoes in general, they're going to notice the little touches on these, and I think they're going to respect it. So from a street cred perspective, I think they're really high. I think I've got to give them a 5. I think I have, you know, I know there's more expensive sneakers out there and rarer sneakers, of course, there's always going to be that, but, you know, forgetting that, we're not talking about rarity, we're just talking about from the point of respect on your feet. These score high, the street cred on these is high, so from a street cred perspective, I think we're going to mark that as a 5, guys. So let's put 5 down now. Okay, Resell. Now these have got a very strong resell. As I said, these are all a US 7, all 4 pairs, which is a UK 6 or an EU 40. That's my size. Now when these came out, as I said, I got these off of sneakers, so I got them for retail. I can't remember exactly, but I think, in fact, I might have the invoice here actually. Hold on. I think that was like 130 euros. There you go. I even printed it out. So that was the purchase price. Can you see that there, guys? 130 euros. Current resale on these, on this particular size, is going for around 1,150 to 1,200 pounds, which I think is around 1,300 to 1,350 euros. So, I mean, a huge markup. We're talking like 1,000% markup on resale on these. So, purely from a resale perspective, I think the shoe's got to get a 5. It's an amazing profit on those if that's your game. So we're going to score a 5, guys, on resale. And then the last thing we're going to look at is the packaging. I don't dislike the packaging. The packaging is okay. The presentation is okay. I like the fact that we've got this brown box as opposed to, you know, a standard red Nike box. I like it. I'm going to be honest with you, Lo, I think they could have done a bit more with it. When you think back to some of the other collaborations he's done, particularly in the Dunks, you know, we've seen the Paisley boxes that he's put out before for one of his Dunk collaborations. I think for a collaboration, the box is a little bit bland. So for that reason, the box doesn't score particularly high for me. However, I do like the paperwork side of things. He's got there, as you can probably see, we've got the Jordan logos, the Cactus Jack writing, and the Cactus Jack symbol as well, you know, with the face. And it's on like a pink coloured paperwork, which matches the lacing, the additional laces that they gave us there. So yeah, I think from a packaging perspective, it's okay. It could have been better. For that reason, I think the packaging's going to score a 3 from me. Yeah, a 3. 3 for the packaging. That's where we're going with that. So let's jot that down. Okay, guys. So that's the first pair of shoes out of the way. Now, the shoe that I've decided that we're going to have the battle against is the Travis Scott. There is the Off-White Dunk. Now, the Off-White also came out in 2019. The Travis came out, as I said, in July 2019. The Off-White Dunk came out, I think it was in December 2019. Yeah, it was, because I remember Well won these. This pair were actually won through Foot Patrol in London. I've had quite a lot of wins over the years from Foot Patrol, if I'm honest with you. I've been pretty blessed from them. So this pair come from them, and again, like I say, it's a strong contender. It's the Dunk, but I think it's a good one to challenge the Travis with. So let's get into it, guys. The first thing we're going to look at here on this is we're going to look at the design of the shoes. So let's get this first shoe out. So visually, these are striking. You know, they really are a striking shoe. There's the secondary lacing system, obviously with this bright colour on it, really makes the shoe pop. And then you've got the pine green colourway with this nice white blocking on it as well. I mean, visually it's a very, very, very striking shoe. I like the overall aesthetic of the shoe. A lot of people I know weren't mad on this secondary lacing system, and a lot of people actually took it out. Again, this is a dead stock pair, as you can see, completely unworn. However, if I was to wear this pair, I personally would keep the secondary lacing system in. I like it. That's what makes the shoe for me. You know, if I take that off, it's just another Dunk. So for me, the secondary lacing system is a big hitter. I like the other little touches that they do while we're talking laces. For example, on the laces here, you can see you've got these really nice ends. You know, the tips of the laces are really nice. They're like a wax sort of ending on them. And then on the secondary laces themselves, you can see the typical off-white shoelaces emblem on it. And then exactly the same with the main laces, the master laces if you like. You can see their shoelaces printed on those as well, which are very nice touches. Typically, as with any off-white collab, you've got the zip tie, which makes it off-white. That's their trademark if you like. And then on the inside of the shoe, as again you see with off-white typically, is the off-white for Nike, Nike Dunk Low, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, 1985. The 1985 on this, just in case you're unsure what that is, the Nike Dunk actually came out in 1985 as a basketball shoe, as did the Travis 1 Low. Both of these shoes came out in 1985, the OGs of course, so that's what the 1985 represents on this, okay? So yeah, nice design feature that. Another feature as well that we've got here is the little orange tab, which is very typical again of Off-White with Nike collaborations. And then another big hit of a big favourite, sorry, for me is the deconstructed tongue, which you may be able to see here, where you can see the foam and stuff like that inside. Again, very typical Off-White, Off-White design really with the deconstruction. From the sole perspective and the midsole, nothing particularly special going on now. Obviously we've seen on some of the other Off-Whites, you know, like the Jordan 1s and stuff like that, that he's done. He's had the big words here that say Air. I would have liked something to have been done on the midsole, if I'm honest with you. For me, that's a little bit of a flaw that they didn't do that. But again, it's a personal opinion. Maybe if they had done it, it would have overkilled the shoe, particularly with the secondary lacing system. So again, it's a point of conversation there, guys. You know, this isn't a monologue, it's a dialogue. So if you feel that I'm wrong and you think that something on the sole here would have been an overkill, pop it in the comments, it'd be interesting to know. But yeah, from a design perspective, it is a striking shoe. Completely different shoe to the Travis Scott that we've just looked at, but for that reason, I'm also going to score this shoe with a 4. So it's matching the Travis. The next category, guys, is materials. Materials, again, very good materials on this. The leather is, again, very high quality. Really buttery and soft. The leather used, though, where the green colourway blocking is, I'm undecided on that, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It isn't massively better than some of the leathers that I've seen on lesser shoes. However, saying that, it is very soft. It's certainly better than you will get on a GR pair, a general release pair, but I do think that it could have maybe been better. I mean, the leather here on the toe box is definitely better, this white, than this green. So yeah, from a material perspective on that, maybe it's slightly less than the Travis. However, the padding around the sock liner here is very good. It's extremely well padded, extremely durable looking materials on that. So yeah, the insole, let's get the other shoe to show you what the insole looks like, because that one's got lots of bits stuffed in there. The insole, you can see, is yellow there with the Off-White symbol on it, and it's got the Nike swoosh as well. I like that as part of the design actually, and I have to say it is very comfortable, that insole. I've not worn this pair, but I have worn another pair before and it was ultra comfortable on my feet. So yeah, well done on that material on the inside. However, like I say, because the green here I think maybe could have been a little bit better, although it is very good, don't get me wrong. For that reason, I'm going to score it slightly less than the Travis, and for that reason this is going to get a 4. So let's pop a 4 down now for materials. Okay, we're back onto the street cred category, guys. We'll pop back to this shoe. From a street cred perspective, I think it pretty much matches the Travis. It is a standout shoe. It's definitely going to snap necks. You know, you wear this and you walk down the street, people are going to be looking at your feet. There's no doubt about it. So for that alone, we don't need to linger on that. That's going to score a 5, matching the Travis. Resell on these. The shoe, as I say, I won from Foot Patrol. I think the retail price on this, I think it's like all dunks, I think it was around 110, maybe 120, something like that. The current resale on this pair, according to StockX, in this size is floating sort of around the £650 mark, 700 at the highest. So it is considerably lower than the Travis, because as we said, the Travis is coming out around 1200. But it's still a very strong resale for a shoe, obviously, that was such low retail price. But because the value is lower than the Travis, it's going to score lower. So I think from a resale perspective, it's going to score on a 4 compared to the Travis 5. Then guys, the last category that we've got for this particular shoe is the packaging. Love it. I mean, what a job they've done on this. It's absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's a mirror finish on the box. I like the little holes. Looks like a piece of cheese for me, but I like the little holes they've put here. I like the swoosh design on it. The whole thing, I mean, it's just a standout box. It really, really is. It's so different when you compare it to the Travis box that we saw. And it don't disappoint when you get inside either. You've got the off-white paper in there, with the off-white logo. I really, really like it. It's just a nice presentation when you open the box, and then of course when you open it up and then you see that pair inside, those pair of dunks, it scores highly. So for me, from a packaging perspective, I think they've done really, really well there, and I don't think I would have done any change to that at all. So for that point of view, the packaging on the off-white dunk is going to score a 5. So anyway guys, that's them 2 pairs out of the way. Now the next 2 pairs, again of course, as I said at the start of the video, are a Jordan 1 low and a dunk again. Now these are less hyped than those pairs. Neither of these were general releases low, so they had a little bit of a hype around them, but I think they're both shoes of very similar stature. So what we'll do is we'll start once again with the Jordan. Now the Jordan that I've chose to battle with is the Jordan 1 low Key 54, I'm not sure how you say it. Again, this is another shoe that I won off of sneakers. It's a rarity, trust me, I know I won them ones off of sneakers, but it don't happen often for me, guys. I saw this, there wasn't a lot of hype about this, I don't think, at least from what I remember at the time. But I saw it and I absolutely loved it. I'm a big fan anyway, always have been a big fan of Jordan 1 lows. I know a lot of people much prefer the highs, particularly over there in the States compared to here in Europe, but for me the Jordan 1 lows just suit me better. I look better wearing the Jordan 1 lows than I do the highs or the mids, for example. But yeah, this certainly caught my eye and I really liked it. Now this particular shoe dropped in July 2020. And again, it came out on a sneakers app, and I was lucky enough to pick it up. So let's talk about design on this one, guys. Really, really like the design on this. I really do. Now, the shoe itself is designed to pay homage to the Key 54 basketball tournament that goes on in, I believe it's Paris every single year. You might have seen some of the clothing range as well, which has got the same design on it. But yeah, really like the design on this. Now, from the first thing that stands out for me is the Key 54 emblem there on the tongue. Really, really like that. And then that passes through as well to the rear of the shoe. I like the colour blocking that they've put on here as well, with this sort of burnt orange / yellow with this baroque brown. Really, really striking. It really draws the attention. And then I also like this brown swoosh that they've added to it here as well. I think they've done a great job there. I mean, I did look at the shoe when it first came to me and I thought, I wonder if that would have looked good if it was in this sort of orange colour. I think it would look alright, but I actually do prefer, the more I looked at this shoe, I do actually prefer the swoosh in this brown colour as well, this baroque brown. The other thing that I like as well with this is the gum sole bottom. I think that really sets the shoe off as well. I don't think they could have done anything better with the bottom on that. It just looks absolutely superb in my opinion. So a really good design on that. On the other shoe, just so you can see what's going on with that, it's kind of similar, you know, to the Travis Scott lows that we saw there, the Jordan Travis Scotts. So on the back of this one, you'll see that we've got, again, the typical Air Jordan logo, and it's embroidered again, it's not printed on. And then you've got the Jumpman on the tongue. Other than that, the rest of the shoe is the same as the one I just showed you. But again, when you look at the shoes, you know, head on, I really like the switch up they've done here on the tongues. And then again, if you look from the back, similar to the Travis Scott's, just a nice touch. You know, you'd notice this if you was walking behind someone. So really good designs. On the insoles there, they've got the insole matching the design on the outer of the shoe. Really nice touch again as well. It looks great when you look down into the shoe. It looks inviting, really inviting actually, to be honest with you, when you see that. And it looks like somewhere you'd like to put your foot. From a lacing perspective, they've done, we've got 3 options from factory. So we've got the white laces that came with it from factory. Then they've given us a choice of these orange laces, which I actually like. I think the orange laces look really good. Again, I haven't put them in, but I would imagine they look really good. Certainly, I think if I was to un-DS these, that would be the lacing colour that I would go for. And if you want to keep it a little bit more low-key, then you've got these brown laces here as well, which equally look very good as well, to be honest with you. Both the orange and the brown for me look good, but I'd probably just make the shoe pop a little bit more for me by using these orange laces. So from a design perspective, guys, I really, really like the design of these. I hugely like the design of these. And from that point, I think I'm going to score these with a 4. Okay, now materials. Let's talk about the materials on these. Believe it or not, I actually think the materials used on these are better than the materials that were used on these. I really do. The leather on these is just so incredible. It's so soft, it's so buttery. It just looks such high quality leather on it. I mean, to touch it, it's just absolutely beautiful to touch. It really, really is. So they score really high for me from that perspective. The canvassing that they've used for the toe box area and they've used throughout the rest of the shoe here as well. Really, really good quality as well. I mean, you can see that's built to last. Stitching wise, 100% on point. I mean, the construction of the shoe, there's not a single stitch out of place. Yeah, no loose threads. Absolutely brilliant, the construction is, it really is. So from a material point of view for me, oh, another thing as well, guys, they've done a deconstructed tongue here as well, I forgot to mention. But again, a really nice design feature on these as well. You know, very similar to the off-white dunks that we just saw, which are also deconstructed. There you go, you see, identical design. But yeah, materials on these, for me, like I say, they score better than they do on the Travis Scott. So the Travis Scott scored 4.5. Materials on these for me are going to score 4.7. Okay, the next category, guys, is the street cred or flex category. Unfortunately, these don't carry the same weight as the Travis Scotts when it comes to flexing. It's a shame really, because they're a great shoe, but it's what it is, you know. The fans know what they like and what they don't. So from a street cred perspective, obviously we're going to have to go lower than the Travis Scotts. But for me personally, on a personal opinion, I'd still feel very happy wearing these out in the streets, and I know these are going to snap some necks again, just purely because, I mean, look at them, look how way out they are. You put them orange laces in and definitely you're snapping necks. But anyway, guys, it can't be on level with obviously the Travis Scott there. So I think for that reason, we're going to give it a 3.5. Okay, resale on these guys. So these came out, and I think initially the retail on these was around £110–120. I had a quick look on StockX, and they seem to be going for, in this size, for around the 200 mark, 220 mark. So the resale on it, yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's gone up 100%. Can't complain with that if it was an investment piece for you, can you? But when you compare it to the likes of the Travis Scott here, which went up 1,000%, you know, this does all the talking. So from a point of resale, I think we're going to have to score this down as a 2.5. Okay, guys, and then the last category that we've got is the packaging. it's not really saying much, if I'm honest with you. It's the standard Jordan box that you'd expect to see with any Jordan 1 low, really. It's a shame because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the standard box. I like the standard box, the design and the Jumpman on it. It's a very simple box, always has been. But with this particular shoe, with how good this shoe looks, I think they could have done something with the box. Maybe they could have incorporated this baroque brown and this yellow/orange colour onto it. Maybe they could have put the Key 54 logo on the box as well. I think it would have really given a great presentation to it, to the shoe, but they chose not to do that, which is a great shame in my mind, because it really could have been an amazing box, that. When you get inside, nothing particularly special going on. Your standard Jordan paperwork there with your 23 Jumpman on it. So for that reason, it is a great shame that they haven't done anything there, but that's going to score pretty low for me. So from a packaging perspective, guys, because they could have done so much better with that, it's going to score a 2. So guys, that's pair number 3 out of the way. Let's shoot those down now. Okay, and then the last pair we've got here is another pair of Dunks. So these are obviously the ones that we're going to battle against those Kai 54 Jordan 1s. Now the Dunks that I've chosen, these came out in November 2020. These I picked up again at retail through an SNS raffle. I've done all right over the years with SNS, if I'm honest with you. I've always done better with Foot Patrol, but SNS have blessed me a lot as well, so I can't complain with them. But these are the Dunk Ceramic. As I say, these dropped in November 2020. Now, these were part of a pack called the Ugly Duckling Pack. And there was 3 shoes in that particular pack. There was this one, the ceramic. You then had the veneer and the plum. All 3 of these shoes were quite interesting. These are retros. The original Ugly Duckling Pack, if memory serves me correct, I think was in 2001. So they've retroed that pack basically and brought them back to life. But I think they've done a decent job with it, if I'm honest with you. I like the shoe. And yeah, overall it's not too bad. I'll be honest with you, when it dropped, I thought I'll enter for that. I wasn't mad on it. My intention was just to collect the whole pack, all 3 of them, this one, the veneer and the plum. But I wasn't going to lose any sleep if I didn't get it. You know, if I got it, I got it, and if I didn't, well, fine, fair enough, I'll move on to the next one. But I was fortunate enough to get it. I was unfortunate that I didn't pick up the veneer or the plum, so that's something that I'll still have to do. But okay, let's look at the design on this one, guys. So like I say, it is a retro shoe from the OG that I believe dropped back in 2001. Design-wise, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's a Dunk silhouette, which itself is nice, but from a design point of view, it's not spitting bars. It's got some nice colour blocking on it, but I think that's pretty much as far as it goes. So from a design perspective, when you compare it to the Kai 54, what one did you think's better? What design do you prefer? For me, I prefer this. It's got more touches on it, you know, with the deconstructed ton and the embroidery and, you know, just the blocking and stuff like that, and the gums on the bottom. So for me, this one scores better on design. But this, yeah, it's okay, but I'm going to give this a 3.5 compared to the 4 that we got for the Jordan 1 Low Kai 54. Let's move on to the materials then, guys. So from a material perspective, yeah, they've done a good job. Premium suede throughout the whole shoe. No complaints there whatsoever. I think it's built to last again. Stitching is very good, it's on point. The shoe feels like you could put this through a lot of wear, and I don't think it's going to fall apart on your feet. So for that reason, they've done a decent job. Material wise though, it's certainly for me not as good as the Jordan 1 Low there, but it's not far behind. So I'm going to score this at 4.5, guys, for the ceramic Dunk. Street cred, just the fact that it's a Dunk is going to get you some cred straight away. You know, that gives you a flex, the fact you've got a Dunk on. But is it more street cred worthy than the Kai 54? I think it is, again, purely because it's a Dunk. You know, anything that's a Dunk at the moment is hyped. So from a street cred point of view, this is going to score a 4. When when it comes to resale, I had a quick look again, as I said, on StockX. These are currently selling in this size for around the £250 mark compared to the £200 that we saw for the Kai 54. So from a resale point of view, these are going to score higher than the Kai 54, so these are going to score on a 3. And then lastly, the packaging. Nothing special going on here, guys, either. Typical Nike box with your red and white. Nothing really changes when you get inside, just your standard paper that you get with any pair. So the packaging is pretty disappointing. It's equally as disappointing maybe as the Jordan 1. So for that reason, I'm going to score this at a 2 for the packaging. So guys, that's all the pairs done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to quickly do my maths. As you can see, I wrote the scores down here. Nothing scientific going on, but I'm just going to pause the video, quickly work out the points, and then I'll come back. Okay guys, welcome back. So I've just done the maths on our sheet here, our scoring cards, to see how we came out, and it's surprising actually. I wasn't expecting this. So the battle between the Travis Scott and the Off-White Dunk, the Travis Scott scored 21.5 while the Off-White Dunk scored 22. So the winner out of this particular battle is the Off-White, which surprised me. I really thought it would be this personally. I still prefer this shoe to this shoe, but through the categories that we used and the points that we gave, the Dunk actually pipped it. Like I say, 22 for the Dunk, 21.5 for the Travis Scott. Then when it comes to the Jordan 1 Low Kai 54 or Key 54 versus the Dunk Low Ceramic, the Kai 54, Key 54, whatever it's called, came out at 16.7, while the Ceramic just pipped it at 17. So out of this particular battle, the Ceramic won. Again, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, I get it, this is the Dunk and it's got a lot more hype than maybe this Kai 54. But on a personal level, the score aside, out of these two shoes, I prefer this shoe. Anyway guys, that's today's video. I hope it was enjoyable. I'd certainly love to see your comments below of what you think should have won out of each one of those shoes. Like I say, I was taken back. I was convinced that it would be the Travis that would win and it would be the Key Kai, whatever it's called, 54, but the complete opposite to what I expected. Anyway guys, that's the wrap up of the video today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you already subscribed, then make sure you like and comment because it really helps me out. Anyway guys, have a blessed day and I'll catch you soon.